welcome to my channel. I'm your host and installer, Dwayne Lee, and you are at Creative L Concepts. While the magic happens, we have a good show for you coming up. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host and installer, Dwayne Lee, and you are at Creative L Concepts, where all the magic happens. So today we have a F-350. This is the Super Duty XL, and that's my contractor that I'm going to do some upgrades and some repairs on his commercial truck. So I'm going to do a backup camera that will more than likely be mounted on this lift gate, and then he has several lights that are not working that somebody has attempted to fix. So more than likely I'll have to just maybe rewire pretty much everything. And on the interior, I will be replacing his door speakers, and I usually request for my clients or customers to remove everything, but as you can see, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So with all that, I'll have to remove that stuff myself. So I'm also going to replace his factory radio with a touchscreen, and it will have a rear camera that I'm going to install as well, like I did on his other vehicle that he uses for his lawn care business. So in so doing, I'll be adding a dash cam, the rear view mirror style. So with all that, guys, I will see you in the next video. All right, guys, a little progress being made here. As you can see, it took me about maybe 15 minutes to drill through this steel. All right, so this is a commercial vehicle and the steel is quite thick on it, so you'll have to be patient. I used silicone spray to keep the drill bit lubricated in the hole, and this is the camera here, and as you can see, it fits perfectly in here. So this is going to angle down so he can see the ball when he's backing up and connecting his trailer to this vehicle. So with all that, guys, I'm running against daylight, plus it's extremely hot here. My clothes is already wringing wet. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm gonna start working some more, see how much I can get done today. All right, guys, take care. All right, guys, making a little bit more progress here. As you can see, this controller lifts up the bed, and I have it extended pretty much all the way. So if you are running a camera on a lift truck, there's the camera right there that I showed you a little bit earlier. And make sure, I don't have everything completely tie wrapped yet, but make sure your wires are loose. Okay, these are some of the connections. Some of these are temporary. I'm actually going to tap into a different kind of ground, but I wanted to test everything first. That's the main harness going to the radio, which supplies the video and the power lead that goes in the back of the radio. Word of caution, wear safety glasses when you're drilling through steel. So use your adequate tools when you're trying to drill through this titanium bits, and use a drill oil or silicone based oil. That's what I use. Seemed to work pretty good. So with that, I'm going to bring it down slightly. Just enough to run the cables through the main harness. Alright guys, tackling a job of this magnitude, because the customer wants so much done, basically rewiring the lights and everything, which I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do that in the couple of days that it's going to take to pretty much do everything he wants on the list. So on a big job like this, the main thing is to do the hardest first for me. This works out for me. So the hardest was going through, drilling through the steel, mounting the camera, and actually routing the cables. All right. So all that's been done. It's actually been routed all the way through the existing factory harness, coming through this back panel here where the B pillar is. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have the connectors already done for the rear right speaker. And like I mentioned in previous videos, these connectors are different sizes, okay? This is for your hot, and you can see how much wider that is to the ground connector here. Alright, so they are two different sizes. More likely it's going to be a 14 gauge. That's what these are, 14 gauge connectors. And I always get the blue. They can come either both red or both blue, but I get the blue for the ground and I get the red for the hot. Alright, little tech tip there. Alright guys, with all that, I'm going to wrap this up. It's getting dark and I've been on it for quite a while, but I did get a lot done. So already taken off this driver door panel. It is two 7mm bolts. One is behind the reflector on that door panel at the bottom, and the other one is where the armrest is on the top. I also have the 5x7s removed. These are the factory speakers here, and those screws are actually a 5/32. So that's what size socket you will need to remove those. And since my customer ordered everything through Crutchfield, they actually sent him the Metra 72 5600. These are the speaker harness connectors that will plug into this factory harness, and the other end will go into the aftermarket speakers, which are right here. And I can put all that in the description below if you guys want me to. Like I said, I'm going to have to rush through this because I'm looking at some weather coming in a little bit. Still got the speakers to do. I still have the B pillar speakers to also install. Remove the dash to replace that radio, connect the backup camera, and do the dash cam for it. So, and then mount the other camera, of course, that's connected to that dash cam. So alright guys, I'm going to get started, and I do apologize for not recording everything step by step. See you in the next video. Alright, so this driver's door is now complete. The new speakers are inside. I have all the panels put back and everything. So going around to the passenger side, I have that door panel taken off. I've already installed the new aftermarket 5x7. Everything went pretty good. So I'm going to start putting all the panels back together, and I'll have to probably make my own bracket or something for, find some screws for those B pillar speakers, because they did not come with any speakers, period. So again, I showed you in a previous video that I've already ran the speaker wires for that. So alright guys, I'm going to jump back on it. All right, a little bit more progress being made. So all 4 speakers are now installed. Okay. These are 5x7s, JBLs. That's going to sound actually amazing because all 4 speakers will be playing instead of 2. So I'm going to get started pulling this dash apart, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, so you're looking at the interior light, and that is the rear camera that is going to be connected to his dash cam, which is going to go up here. So as you can see, I have it mounted, and I am going to replace the bulb. Now you see what that incandescent bulb has done to the corners of this bracket. You can see where it's burnt, and take a look at this bulb here. See how hot that gets? It actually melted part of this glass filament or whatever this is made out of. So I'm going to replace it with an LED right here. Alright, I just happen to have this in my inventory. This is the last one. I'm going to have to order some more. It's a certain size that actually goes in some of those map lights in interior lighting. So I'm going to continue running that wire through the roof line, down through this B pillar, through the bottom, and I'm going to go up through his A pillar here and across, and it's going to drop down and connect to that dash cam. All right, sun's coming out. I don't see any rain in the forecast, but then again, it just downpours could be imminent anytime. So with all that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, making some progress here. So as you can see, I have the power connector ran with the second camera connector. And as I mentioned in a previous video before, whenever you're running wires or cables through this headliner, see what I did? I actually put some wire loom through here. So when you tuck it under that headliner, it will actually stay in place, because if you just let the single wires and try to tuck that in, it will fall out from the vibration. Driving on the road, just a little installation tip there. So camera is mounted, everything is ran through the roof down to that B pillar and all the way through this door seal and up through this A pillar. So all right guys, getting back to work. See you in the next clip. All right guys, today's forecast, hot. I'm not sure what temperature it is outside, but again, I'm going to repeat myself. If you guys are working on a vehicle this large that will not fit in your garage or shop, and your weather is in the 80s or 90s, stay hydrated, pace yourself, and try to do your biggest portions of your project early before the sun really comes out. And that's what I did yesterday and this morning. I actually got the backup camera ran, drilled through the bumper, ran all my cables, and this morning I did the speakers, all 4. I did all the wiring for the interior camera, replaced his map light or interior light with an LED one. So pretty much everything is ran, and there's the cables for the dash cam. So I've got the dash taken apart, as you can see, and I'm getting ready to take a break, go in and eat some breakfast, cool off, get hydrated, and remove this factory radio, which I've already removed the bolts on it. Alright guys, welcome back. As you can see, I have the radio wired in. Be sure and check all your connections before you plug everything up. I'm getting ready to test the backup camera now. So I did get the cluster lens clean for what it's worth. it was just completely covered in sand and dirt. But like I said, I did mention I was gonna clean it up a little bit, so I wiped off the top dash here and part of the front. So with all that, guys, I'm gonna start running some more connections for this dash cam, and see you guys in the next clip. All right, guys, I'm doing some custom wiring here. So I have two switches mounted on this blank plate that goes in the center of his dashboard. The top switch will be for his dash cam, and as you can see, I'm extending the wires and I'm going to connect it to his cigarette lighter that is continuous hot. Right, so he will be able to turn on this dash cam on and off, leave it on whenever he wants to. So the extra switch is for his fog lights when I get that connected. So I don't know, because it's starting to rain right now, so the fog lights might be for another day. But the main thing was to get his full system in, the radio, all four speakers, that dash cam of course, and that rear backup camera, which everything looks great so far. Alright guys, welcome back. So it's been a successful day. The rain is actually coming back and it's getting dark outside. The mosquitoes are on their way. Some of them are already here trying to eat me alive. So with all that, I have the microphone for the new radio installed right here. I drilled a small hole and it's actually mounted, and it has some fabric electrical tape around it to give it a snug fit, and I put a dab of glue to hold it in place, so that's not going anywhere. I have the two switches here. This top one will be for his rear view mirror dash cam. This one is set aside for his fog lights when I have time to do them, but it won't be this week. So the main goal was to get everything else done: the speakers, the rear camera, the dash cam, the radio, and even mounting that camera up there along with the new LED interior light. So then cleaned it up a little bit here too. So that's gluing. The actual dash kit is gluing as well. So with all that, guys, I'm going to shut this down. It's late and I'm going to go ahead and clean up, take some of my tools in, lock this truck up, and I will have it finished tomorrow. Hello, welcome back to the completion of this 2006 Ford F-350. This is a commercial truck with the lift bed in the back, and I am now finished. As you can see, I have the rear view mirror dash cam installed. You can see me in the image right there. So to your left is the front forward camera. The center is the camera that is actually right there, and then this is the back camera all the way to the right. And as you can swipe this thing, then you can go through your different camera modes, and that's it right there. Radio's installed, all four speakers. He has two switches. The one is to turn off the main power. Two ways to do this. He has a separate button under there, and I will leave this dash cam in the description below where I ordered it from. The radio as well. So the bottom switch here is a reserve switch for, he wants to add some other lights and different things. So while I had everything apart, I said I might as well go ahead and integrate that switch inside. Overall, an amazing install, an upgrade for this 2006 F-350. Alright guys, with all that, I'm going to get ready to shut it down. I'll show you this rear camera. where it's mounted. There it is right there. And it's totally clear of the bed that actually goes up. All the cables are secure, watertight. Pull this key out of here. So as you can see, I have the harness for that rear camera ran alongside with the factory harness. Alright. Plenty enough slack and clearance for that cable. So with all that, guys, I'm going to shut this down, and I'll see you in the next one.